Hello again, everyone. Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, I am working on a challenge. It's a camp out crop over at the My Little Scrapbook store. And I am doing a grid layout. And this was the layout, the sketch that you had to follow. And I had already chose my pictures, and it was Christmas. Now, I did show you two paper pads there. The first one, this one, Country Rustic, I do not pull anything out of, but I do pull out of the other one, and that is my bin of all August items to be used. It's my product focus. I'm going to cut that one out. That is the background that I'm going to use. I'm going to fussy cut all those tags out, and I'm just getting a look at the pictures, which is the Christmas layout, and the pictures that I chose was Christmas layout. Now there is some stitching done on that, and I am going to hand stitch all the squares. I went ahead and pulled out all those flowers, and I already put all my little foam dots on the pictures, and as you can see, all the squares that I cut out, which using that cut apart sheet, I went ahead and hand stitched just a regular old back stitch with brown embroidery thread. Now I'm just showing you all the squares. I did go ahead and rough the edges of that green paper, and I'm going to border it with just some white cardstock. I believe it's the back of another paper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that centered onto the page, and I'm going to adhere it down. I used my Tim Holtz distresser, and I just really roughed up all the edges. It's not something I do very often, so I thought I might give it a try. Since I am doing a sketch challenge, I was trying to make mine the same, same, but as different. So I'm gonna get this just stuck down nicely to the page. I do like the ombre effect. It goes from like a very pale green to a very like olivey green, but all still very muted colors. So I do know that the "and" is going to go in the middle, and that is going to serve as my title, the way that that is laid out. And I'm going to put my grandpa on one side, my grandma on the other, and then both of them at the top. The reason I put them like that is because that's how the sketch called for the pictures to be, but my grandpa's faced one way, my grandma's faced another way, and then they're together. So I did like that. Now, yes, it is a Christmas themed pictures, and nothing on here is Christmas themed. I'm going to go ahead and start getting those adhered down. I don't make you watch that tedious process. Now, these were just some fabric flowers that I had in my stash, and that was what I was pointing to at the beginning of the video, that I was going to use some of those embellishments. And I'm just going to go ahead and get these all stuck down onto the page. I chose these because they had a very vintage feel to them, and I don't necessarily scrap with a lot of vintagey items, so I got them all used up on this one layout, and I really love the way it turned out. I'll end up giving this to my mother. She's building a new house, and the entrance hall into the house is going to be lined with 12 by 12 frames of scrapbooking page that I've done. So that's kind of cool. Mom's displaying my artwork on the icebox again. So I'm just going to go in a diagonal, kind of like how the sketch, not really sketch, it's an actual layout. And they did, they did have some flowers on their layout as well, so I thought it worked out good. And I use up all of the flowers. I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to add the centers to the flower, so I go ahead and get all my little gluey dots down. This layout really took no time to come together. The longest that it took me was to do the hand stitching around the 6 squares. This is my bin of gems. I bought that one year for Christmas. It was a Christmas-themed pack of these flat back gems in 2 different sizes from Michaels. I've had that. I've been using it for about 6 years now. Never buy in bulk. Because it's red, green, clear, and gold. I am able to use the gold a lot more than the red and green and the clear. But the red and green, really just a Christmas thing, you know. And I'm just going to stick a little gem. Sorry about my head there. I had to make sure that guy was centered. I'm just going to stick a gem in the center of each of these flowers. And I get that one on there, and I'm like, that guy is just way too small. I need to use a bigger one. So instead of using the, I guess what we would call is medium, that is their small size. It was only 2 sizes. Would have been a lot better if it would have came in like 3 sizes, but it didn't, so. And there is not a lot more that I do to this page. If you liked what I've done, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you would like to see more pages done from me. And this is Random Friday again, so I randomly did the layout using some paper pads that I had sitting around. I was able to kill off 2 sheets of the paper pad. And I did save the tags. You can see they're sitting up there in the top left hand of the corner. I am going to sprinkle some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine around the page. Very carefully as to not get it onto the pictures. I did, however, get one big splot right there. Luckily it was on the yellow, so it is kind of covered a little. But I'm just going to just sprinkle it. And I was very careful not to get it onto the pictures, but just to give a little bit more dazzle to the page, I guess you could say. And after this, there is nothing more that I do. I do not add journaling to this because I'm giving it to my mother, and I don't want the journaling and the handwriting. I know that sounds funny, but she is putting these on her wall as decoration, so I tend to not ruin it with my handwriting. And again, there was the crop. That was what I went off of, and that's what I ended up with. Thanks, guys. Bye.